Hi, I'm Domenico. I'm a partner here in the Paris office. I also manage the Paris office. I'm Italian, so an Italian running France, and I spent now almost 16 years at Bain. So I started with Bain in 2002. I joined as an industry hire. I was coming from consulting previously. Worked a lot in telecom media tech. Was promoted to partner, I think, in 2005. Then worked in the US. I went to the San Francisco office for 2 years and worked mainly in telco over there. And then joined back the Paris office in 2011. And since now 4 years, was asked to run the office. I spent basically most of my career, all of my career in consulting. I love this job. And there's a number of things I love about the consulting job. Of course, the variety. You see so many different issues. The speed at which things goes. And I'm passionate about making an impact and seeing the impact of what you do. And I think no other job allow you to see things happening so fast as you do in consulting. I love particularly the way we do consulting at Bain, and that's what kept me here in the last 15 years and get excited every morning when I come to the office, is that not only is speed, not only is variety, but also the spirit with which we do things. I had a number of incredible cases in my career. A couple that really stick with me. One is I work a lot in telecom, and I contributed to launching the first telecom operator in Egypt. And so that was at the time when GSM was starting. And so it was about getting in a country with a license in your hand and having to build a company of 2,000 people and a few hundred millions in a very short time. And approaching a market that nobody had really approached before. It was the first time mobile was getting there. And so we were faced with a number of challenges and issues that never before I thought I could see. You know, how would Egyptian 20 years ago or 18 years ago react to this object we were putting in their hands, which is called a phone, and how much would they willing to pay and what usage they would have. And that was absolutely fascinating. Another, still in my space, in TMT space, that I really enjoyed was saving a company that was almost bankrupt, a technology company that basically completely missed a big technological shift, and they were close to bankruptcy. And we worked for 6 months with the management to reinventing a new business model, to reinventing a new plan that would save the company, and that was actually the case. And so we saw these people that were losing hope and were almost ready to say, okay, this is over, regain that hope and actually transform into a very successful company. And probably the third I'm very proud of, and I really got excited, was transforming a large corporation. My other passion at Bain is everything around customer experience and loyalty. And so transforming a large group that had very poor customer experience that was proposing to its customers into something that became one of the best in class in their sector. So that transformation, redefining, understanding what issues the client was facing, their clients were facing, and how to transform the company was extremely exciting. I spent 15, 16 years at Bain now, so what I am today, I think, is also the result of the experience I had at Bain. I think many aspects of the culture of Bain has shaped me, particularly that ability to step back and look at things sometime with a little bit more distance and trying to understand what is essential, what is key, what is really the priority into this. I'm passionate about things, so I have a tendency to go into it and try to get things done. But you need to step back and look at the big picture, and that's one thing I learned. The second thing I think I learned and made me, I hope, a better person is a sense of teaming. I'm now somebody that needs to interact with others in a team in order to get the most of the thinking and of the impact of things I do. So that is true in my professional life, but that is true also outside of that. And so I see as a family with my kids how looking at a problem together as a family is much more powerful than just have a one-on-one discussion. And so, yeah, that sense of one team and that sense of looking at things together, thinking and solving issues together is something that I think shaped me also the most. Paris is an incredible place where to work at Bain. Well, not only you're in France and you were probably one of the most beautiful country to discover, but also the type of business challenges we face here is extremely interesting. There is large transformations that the office is accompanying in different sectors, going from retail to telecom to financial services. We have a very diversified business. We're probably one of the offices across the network where different sectors, we have 5 practices, have pretty much equal weights. And so it's an economy, the French economy, that is undergoing an incredible transformation from multiple aspects, from technology to the politics and the government, and we're contributing to this transformation in a very important way. It's also an office where people are extremely excited about what we do. It's getting more and more international. Of course, there is a French base, but just the fact that the office head is not a French is probably an expression of that. And we are extremely integrated into the European and international network. And so a lot of the French-grown partners, for example, have today a lot of responsibilities throughout the Bain network. And so there is this sense that is probably very French, but very typical to the Paris office, of being part of the large network and being willing to contribute and give back to the Bain network.